love you for you, and I want to be with you forever. That's why I tell you that I love you every day.
Well, that's not true. Because when I was telling you the other day, you were just ignoring me. No, I understand. I understand where you're coming from, babe. I see that. I get that. All right, but I'm just saying, like, hold on. I'm just warning you what people try to do so that they can ruin families. You saw what I was just going through with the pictures and shit, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So you
Have
see
you
how?
seen what I did?
Huh? Go ahead.
Have you seen what I went through when I was living here at my parents' house?
Hold that. Fucking waste just fell on the ground. Somebody just touched my dad's house. Wait, go ahead. Sorry, that just almost fell on my foot. Holy shit! Thank you, God. All right, so you were saying something about your grandma?
No, I said, look at what my parents tried to do to us
Mm-hmm.
when I lived here.
Yep. That's the point. Like even on we're technically on the same spectrum, but you see that there's look if you think about it, if you even Google, did Bill Gates go to college? Probably. Did his parents give him money? Either it's a yes or a no. It's up to you to interpret if any of that is true, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So now you see the people I've been around with. I have pictures with billionaires sitting right next to me, having conversations with me. Actual pictures on my phone from before AI existed. Now from 8 years ago. Now that means one thing, babe. Either you're gonna believe it or you're not. You're gonna feel that somebody's telling you a real ghost story. Oh, that shit sounds scary. It sounds like that's what I mean. So if you're missing that part of you, in my opinion, because a lot of people have that in them, that means you're not evolving. That's how I perceive life. You understand?
Yeah.
Because one turtle will
Can we just
evolve.
stop talking about this conversation?
No, yeah. I mean, we're not done communicating. That's the problem. That's another problem. You've been cutting me off lately. I'm trying to communicate with you. And it's gonna happen the rest of our lives, most likely. It's gonna happen the rest of our existence. If you can't handle the pressure now, I respect that. I don't waste my breath. You probably heard that quote before. I'm assuming. I don't waste my time. So that's why I'm communicating with you because I feel it's important to teach you something. You understand? So I'm with you, but you're like pushing me away because maybe you think I could do better, or maybe you feel you could do better. I mean, I'm trying to still communicate with you and be like on that same
I'm
vibe.
not with no one. And if you go through my Facebook or my Snapchat, you'll see that I'm not with no one. I'm just friends with them.
Yeah, I don't care if you are or not. I'm just saying it's about communication. That's the moral
And
of the
the
story.
only one I screwed is you.
Okay, Adrian, but you're not understanding what I'm trying to mean. But let's drop the convo like you said. Let's leave it as what it is. All right. I want to. Did I start my alarm?
Like, you piss me off when you bring stuff up like that.
Bring up what? I'm telling you what you're doing that's pissing me off. And now you're mad? Red flag number two. That's the second time the girl did that to me. Maybe the third time in the last 2 years. If I'm telling you you pissed me off, or I'm trying to communicate to, because I never get mad. If I'm communicating with you about something that doesn't piss me off, that makes me feel off the edge, meaning I'm always on a straight line, then I'm gonna communicate that to you. And I'm gonna say, hey babe, I feel like this and this is that. Like if you hang up right now, I'm probably never talking to you again. That's the level I got to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because that's up to you. You're probably gonna end up living the average life anyways, like everybody else, and still be happy. Like my friend said, I don't care if that's that. I don't like. All right, but why are you in my house now? Why is everything for sale where you live now? Now, think. That's what I mean. Hold on, I'm working out right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the second girl that ever said, "Oh, that says I'm telling them something that I don't like, and I'm telling them like to beware of other people's opinions about us, and then they're saying that they're getting pissed off. That's not good. That's a red flag. That means it's probably not gonna work out. I'm gonna be real. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna just keep saying how I live and keep doing what I do to get there. Me and these people and get in there. And if a bad bitch wants to be with me, then she gonna be with me. If she don't want to be around me, hey, by all means, eat the onion. That's all it really comes down to. I'm being myself. I'm being real to you. If that comes out in a different language or you're hearing something different, that's because that was supposed to be like that. That's how I see life too. There's so many avenues. There's so many ways life can exist, and I find every single one of them beautiful and perfect. Like you're right. I mean, I think that makes sense, but I don't know. I could be wrong too. You look annoyed, but I didn't know you. You annoyed you. I told you something and you got pissed off. So quote unquote, my face has not changed. So that's the difference. Like you're basically like he don't exist. That's what you're saying, and that's fine. Like that's what you believe. But I'm literally having a conversation with you, and you're getting mad. So I do exist. You get it?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that could be fake too. Maybe it's an illusion. You know, I'm just being real. I'm being a human being. I'm being what I exist right here. So does she. So I'm respecting her existence. I don't care about the money. I don't care about this. I don't care about your education. I don't care about none of that. None of that stuff that makes you feel like you're better than somebody. I don't care about that. I'm seeing you for who you are, and I'm saying, okay, well, this person knows me. They know one thing: I exist. They exist, and we're all getting older because they've been around people that get older. Some people don't get older. I believe that too. So I believe I'm the person that doesn't get older. That I could be any age I want. Maybe you're like that too. Maybe that's why we communicate. But then again, like that's why I always believe in people to be true happiness and be true positive, because the moment they feel they're wasting their time, oh, your camera shut off. I don't know if you're still around.
I'm around. I'm just.
Yeah,
I feel like bawling for no reason again.
yeah. So basically, like I forgot what I was saying. Do you remember what I was saying just now?
No.
Uh, well, maybe you got to think about how you're reacting with your relationship, giving your relationship 10% when he's always busy and gives you 100%. If I'm not giving you 100%, you could let me know right now.
The only thing that I get pissed off is about when you're on the phone with. Never mind. Because you're
What?
not going to understand what I mean.
What do you mean? You're assuming now. You're thinking. You're assuming that you're right. That I'm gonna be mad or something, and I don't even know what you're talking about. You haven't even told me. So how am I supposed to know how to feel emotionally about it or mentally? You get it? You're just like, oh, he's gonna be
Yeah.
like that, but you haven't even like. I don't know what you're thinking about. See how it's gibberish? It doesn't matter. You see what does matter on the earth. But right now, you haven't told me something, so you're worried about mental reading. Oh, I'm talking to somebody on the iPad. What's up, guys? So what pisses you off then? Because obviously I don't know everything, right?
It doesn't feel like you do give me enough attention.
Well, one, I'm working like the average person in America, right or wrong.
You know? Right, and you know, if I could come see you, I would. And if I lived next to you, I'd be over there Every day is seeing you.
Okay, but that's even if you lived across the street, you're not seeing me every day. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's high
Then,
school. I had to tell a girl that 2 years ago. She was like, "Oh, I want to be where you live up the block, and I can go to your house every day." And late, I'm like, "Dude, do you hear yourself? You're 18 and you're over here talking about high school stuff when you could go over your boyfriend's house because your parents are at home are work. That doesn't exist, babe. Your dad's at work, your mom's at work. Are they together for 10 hours? That's like half of the day. They're sleeping for 6 to 8 hours. So are they really talking? They're only talking for like an hour or two. They're not even talking when they're together for those 2 hours. They're barely even talking. They're probably either having sex or cooking dinner, right or wrong.
my parents just don't have sex.
Okay, but you understand what I'm trying to tell you right now, right or wrong.
Yeah, I understand you.
Okay, so if I'm giving you a couple minutes every hour, isn't doesn't that add up to the same amount of time?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it does, then there's nothing to complain about unless now that we figured that out. You want more time, you said that. And then you said something about me being on the phone. I don't know what you're talking about with that. With other people or something like that. It's time to communicate right now. Don't stop holding stuff in, because that's gonna go into your 40s.
And the more I hold it in, the more I'll.
Get in trouble.
No, the more I hold it in, I could either have a schizophrenia episode, or I'll probably have a mental breakdown over it.
Exactly. Something that's gonna make you get mad and then push other people away, right or wrong.
I don't mean to push them away.
Yeah, you don't, but you also have to understand that they also have their own problems. You're putting your problems on other people when you have. Thank God you got medication for it, right or wrong.
And they've already said the next time that I go to a mental hospital, they might send me out they could send me into the actual mental hospitals.
Exactly. So doesn't that mean that you have to control yourself even though you have to take medication?
That means like upper state.
That means exactly what I said. I think. Would you agree or no? You don't agree. So you're saying like you exist and you don't control your whole life at all, right or wrong?
My mom controls my life.
Okay, your mind does control your life. Exactly.
I said my mom.
Oh, your mom controls your life. But before the seizures, it seemed like she didn't really control it as much, right or wrong?
She controlled it.
Adrian, what's the issue between you and I need to know. Is it the distance? Is it what is it? Because I feel like something else is not being told right now. Because I'm tired of like bullshitting. What is the problem? Because you've been problematic with me for like a week now, and we.
You need to use words that I understand.
Well, I don't read your mind because I care about things that matter in the world, and you're not explaining yourself. You're not communicating. I don't think you understand how life is. No offense. It might be different for you and me, but you have your own apartment. I gotta get mine. Right or wrong?
So yeah, if we do decide to move in, I could be like this for days.
I don't know, Adrian. I think
And the
I think
worst,
most of the females
and
that
the
I've dated
worst
are like
I can get,
you were saying. Excuse me.
and the worst I can get is manically depressed. That means I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to eat.
Six. I don't know, Adrian. That's on you.
And all you can do is really support me in it.
Exactly.
I don't want to shower. I don't want to brush my teeth.
You get it?
Like,
I think you're starting to like it's starting to click to you, just a little bit. You can't be a menace. You ever heard of the movie Menace to Society?
my sister says I am that all the time, so.
Okay, so now we're making a connection right now. You see where this is headed?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be the nice guy and say it in the right way. If you keep thinking that way, like your sister said, you know what a menace to society is, and
No.
like it means somebody that can't coexist with other human beings, and they have to be put away in prison or in a mental institute and be taken care of to the moment they die. That's how
Oh,
nice.
wait, I have put in one of those, so.
But that the point is not that. Doesn't the Bible say we live forever? Haven't we been to funerals? Yes or no?
Yeah, and I don't like talking about funerals.
Okay, I understand that, but this is trying to help you out because people are calling you menace to society. I'm not saying I called you that. I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you that if that behavior and that thought process continues, that could be like your parents said, a mental institute or prison. So you need to like take your medication, do the right thing, and help yourself. Right or wrong?
I do take my medication.
I'm not telling you to take it. It sounds like if people are saying this in your family that they're trying to actually help you like your boyfriend is right now. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know what I think it is, babe? I'm going to be honest
Yeah.
because I love you. Can you turn the camera back on or no? So I think looking at you right now and seeing everything that I've known about you, I think you compare your life to other people a lot, and it's hard for you to do something about it, and that's why I respect you because I respect that you're in your position and you see that position I'm in, and you can see how they're very similar, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's clicking. Okay, so now that you see they're similar, I understand yours because like my mom says, some people's problems might be worse than yours. And it's true because you got to take medication, your finances, it's a little different. You live alone now, so it's different. Like I can name a lot of bad things you're going through right now, and I can still understand that. But the thing is with the comparisons, the moment you start comparing your life to others, they say like just because that guy has a yacht and a Lamborghini and you see it on Instagram or on Facebook, that doesn't mean you start getting depressed about it and saying you could never get it. Because a lot of times those people say they came from nothing, if you think about it. 99% of the time they say that, right or wrong. I don't know if you know that. Does that really matter at the end of the day though?
No.
Like, even if your mom gave you $1 billion or $1 million, that doesn't really matter. Because
Money does not bring happiness.
okay, okay, we're getting somewhere. That's smart. Okay, so now I see how you think because it's the way you said it. Like that girl from Lancaster, she said it just like that, but her tone was way off. She started crying like I don't give a fuck if I die, if I go to prison. That's how she sounded as she said what you just said. Even though she said what you just said with that same exact letters. That's the one that kept getting arrested and tickets. And she's been in 2 mental institutes. And she's been taken away from her parents. Like all similar shit to you, right?
Do you mean like a children's home then?
My friend, quote unquote, went to a children's home. He hated his guts for it. He always talked about it like it was the worst thing that ever happened to him, and it was just another kid away from his parents. It's the same difference, right or wrong. I'm letting you know.
What, children's home?
Yeah, like where you're away from your family and like you're with strangers that you don't know that could take your food from you. Now you gotta fight for yourself because you don't know who's recording or who cares. Is that right or am I wrong?
You're right.
Okay, then. So how does the 411 girl feel? who's
I've
chubby
been
you
down
can't
that
even
road.
exactly. So I can feel that. I'm an empath. Somebody said I'm an empath. That means I can feel somebody's emotions about a situation that happened to them. I can understand it. Meaning, that's what they mean. And I was
They wanted to do that. My parents wanted to do that to me because I was doing stuff over the internet that I shouldn't have been doing.
but they shouldn't have went that far with it, in my opinion. Do you think that? Is that right or wrong?
I mean, it was up to them. I was their daughter, and I was stupid and
But
made stupid.
you were 17. You were of age according to your state, so there was no problem. Remember we talked about that. So they snitched you out for no reason. So why did they do that? So they can keep you in your bubble and keep and get that paycheck. Now evaluate it.
I'm just saying, if we have kids and they don't decide to listen to me and they want to do that, then I'm gonna give them a little tour. I actually know friends that actually work in a prison, so
So
if I have to show them a prison, if I have to like give them a jail tour, I will.
yeah, but we're not putting kids. You were of age when your parents snitched you out. So we're not putting our kids in a situation like that, right or wrong, because that's not good. Adrian, I'm telling you to chill out right now because we hear what you're thinking before you even say it with your mouth. Now let's leave that there in the air because that's how you're starting to sound. That's how it always was. That's how it always will be. That's the issue. You're not. You're still. When I was your age, I was doing the same thing. I swear to God, babe. I swear I was doing the same thing. Because people were playing mind games with me, and I was like, "Oh, I hear what you said," and your mouth didn't open. And the world is actually like that. That's been proven by science. You don't have to talk to communicate. So you're saying one thing, but you're believing something else. That whole those tunnels, we see those tunnels. Why do you think there's psychics when it comes to murders and detective shows? Like, come on now, babe. That person wasn't even in the same place as them. They were on the other side of the world. Roman Catholic priest. Like that's how the world is, babe. But you're at your age, I was doing the same thing. At least I was a man enough to tell you that because when I brought this subject up to my parents, they called me an idiot and a fool, and they told me to shut up. And that was the wrong move on them. So I'm being a real human being and telling you how that is true. And there's facts and data on it. You want to believe that that dinosaur was alive 200 million years ago? And look at data, that's on you if you believe it or not, right or wrong.
Right?
So now that I helped you be a real woman, not a, you're already a real woman in my book. You're a real 100% human being. That's a woman. But now I'm helping you like have these different thoughts because I feel like somebody never spoke to you about that. Somebody assumed that you know that. I knew that as a kid, but then and then that too, the empath and all that stuff is true. But not everything has to be proven right or wrong. You just know it's
Not
true.
everything.
It just you just feel it's true, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you say that's God? The creator taught us that? He already gave us that power. He created that. He probably has that too, right or wrong.
Right?
Does he have to physically come to you and say, hey, hey babe, oh hey, I don't want to say your name on stream. Hey, blah blah blah. He doesn't have to. God doesn't come to you and speak because he don't have to. He's that deep, and he's that honest and true. He doesn't. It doesn't matter if he comes or not. He can come. He does come sometimes. There's people that see God all the time, like when they see Bigfoot, or they see something a werewolf. Like there's people that see stuff like that, spiritual things that exist in physical form, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So if that's the point, then I just helped you out. I can't walk out tonight. I'm gonna do cardio tomorrow. I'm actually gonna cook. But I love you so much. Like I really want to be with you and marry you. But I'm happy that we had this conversation, babe. I swear, because I feel like it just helped you a lot. Is there anything that you feel like we I can? How can I say this? If you want, I can get off of this live stream I wouldn't even post it. And it doesn't matter because the stuff we spoke about is people stuff the average person knows it. The thing is, when I was your age, it started happening to me like you, where I knew I was like that, but I didn't expect that other people were like that, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the problem with that situation is like that. I'm happy I told you that because I was 15 when I realized that. I was a child, literally a child, like your age, rounding up and down. 15 and 24 is the same age, mathematically speaking. That is a fact. When it comes to laws, that's a little different. Everybody knows that, unless you're Muslim, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then. And guess what? Muslims believe in the same God as me and you. Do you know that? So that's why some people don't like Muslims because they don't believe in like in a 40-year-old marrying a 10-year-old. Would you agree with that? That's why
I
people
think it's. I think that's sick.
exactly. Why do you think there's laws about pedophilia, and why do you think people always fight with Muslims? Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, now you get it. Because that stuff is a lie to fuck people over. Why you think there's certain countries that are being wiped out by the government, supposedly by aliens? That is Trump. They're saying that Trump is not a real human, but that they need that land because of its resources. Like aliens, people always talk about how aliens need resources from the earth. Why do you think we live on like 20% land? Everything is like 90% water, babe. Put this into perspective. Because now as I'm getting older, people would talk to me as a kid about this, and it would just go over my head because I was like, that's not true. But as I'm getting older and literally learning about this in college, like that shit is connecting on heavy levels. Yeah. So there's people that talk about this shit on YouTube all day. But then when you start making connections in the real world, because I'm in the real world, and I'm telling you that that shit's real because I'm feeling it. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? So I think you're smart. I'm gonna be real. I think you're smarter than me, and I like that. I need somebody smarter than me. I've said that since I was a little boy. I said I need somebody that's smarter than me. And why do you think rich people always say I need to be around people smarter than me? Because that's just how people are, or that's just how other beings are. They want to be around other people. Like that's just how it is, you know. So I don't know, man. Like I'm glad you. I feel like you knew this already, and that's a good thing. But I feel like nobody really spoke to you about it, like physically, in physical form, as in like
So
your.
guess what happened to me today?
What, babe? I love you, by the way.
I was eating a mozzarella stick,
Yeah.
and like the cheese, like I was gagging on the cheese, so I
Mm,
had to like pull it out. Like it was halfway down my throat. I had to
really?
pull it out.
No way. Were you having a seizure?
No, I just pulled it out. Like I pulled it out from my throat.
I'm so hungry. That's pretty sketchy. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Tomorrow I'm gonna be able to get. Oh wait, chapter 5 is on Thursday. That makes sense. That's OG. Oh my god, man! Like I have time. I have time. But oh, look at all this. All these fucking things happening to me, and I still know what's happening, babe. You see that?
Yeah.
That's why I
So
like you,
are
huh?
you not coming down tomorrow?
Oh yeah, nah. I'm because like I told you all the stuff that got me back at work today. I will definitely not be able to come tomorrow. If I come tomorrow, I screwed up my whole schedule. Plus, it's a longer ride. Plus, I think I might have to fix something else on my car because they tell you, oh, you fix your transmission, but they don't tell you that you got to fix another part of the car. Have you ever heard of that? I bet your dad talks about it all the time, huh?
I gotta go over and get my charger.
Where's your charger at?
My grams.
What percent you got?
6.
So go get it now, babe, so we could still talk on while I cook if you want. Unless you want space, I'll respect that. That's fine, cause I love you. And I want to kiss right now, but I can't. So it's whatever.
Why can't you kiss me?
I want to kiss you. So you understand where I'm coming from a little bit more?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I believe in everything that exists. I believe that there's gibberish, meaning there's stuff that doesn't make sense, that doesn't matter. And I also believe in stuff that doesn't matter because your life is like there's other important things in life. Then I also believe that things don't exist. But then I also believe that everything exists. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
That's how I think. Like I believe I own everything. I believe that I created everything. Like God did. God taught me that. But I always felt like that. So basically the world has every tool I need to make it better, to keep leveling up and being better and better and better. Do you think like that too, or is it just me?
Um.
Is that a Chinese thing behind you on the
What?
wall? Is that a red Chinese thing behind you on the wall?
No.
Oh, I thought it was like a Chinese New Year thing. What's up, guys? I think this is my last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it doesn't matter if I feel or think like that. I'm. If you say that's wrong and I'm wrong for that, I'm gonna literally look you in the eye and say you're right. You won, and your demeanor's gonna completely change. You're gonna be like, oh shit, he's right. That's all you're gonna say. You're not gonna get mad. I guarantee you. I did that with 1,000 people already, or probably more than that. That's for me. That God taught me that. I'm not gonna lie. God kind of taught me that, but I could have learned that from another being that decided not to be God, but still is God. Because if God created the universe and we're God, and according to the Bible, I'm reading it for the second time. That only means one thing: that you could choose to be anything you want, right or wrong.
Right.
So if you choose not to be God, that isn't exist. That exists. You could choose to be anything. That's and then be like, oh, I gotta teach him this or her this or that being or that alien this. That's how I think. So that's why there's puzzles. That's why everybody's a piece to the puzzle, or you don't have to be a piece of the puzzle. That's it's just what you hear and see is what you interpret and feel is right. That's what God taught me, because God created everything in the universe. He created good and evil. It says it in the Bible. So like, bro, it's mad common sense. Basically, you don't have to be around anybody. Why do you think we're both like kind of loners and we like being alone? But you still like being around your grandma, right? Oh my god, you look so skinny. Oh, babe, I like that booty. You about to go get food? Are you charging your phone or no?